Good morning, first graders. Today is Thursday, April 16th, and I'm going to read a book today called The Wish Tree. Now, what made me think of this, because it seems like more of a little bit of a winter book, but it's snowing at my house, so it made me think of it. So, The Wish Tree. I really like the pictures in this one. You can see it's really pretty drawings. Charles wanted to find a wish tree. His brother said, "There's no such thing." His sister said, "There's no such thing." But Charles said, "What do you think, Boggin?" And Boggin thought, surely there was such a thing. I think boggin is what he calls his toboggan, which is the kind of sled that you can see there in the picture. So the next morning, Charles and Boggin set forth. His brother said, "Bring a map." His sister said, "Don't forget a compass." But Charles and Boggin were already well on their way in the woods. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, sang Charles. Whoosh, sang Boggin. They had the whole day ahead of them, the whole day to find a wish tree. Up, up to the top of the hill they climbed, and down, down to a frosty meadow they slid. When Charles went, Boggin followed. Where Boggin went, Charles followed. Charles and Boggin did not see the wish tree. But they did see ... Squirrel, who was puzzling over how to get some hazelnuts to his home. Hold on tight. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, sang Charles. Whoosh, sang Boggin. So long, Squirrel. So Charles helped the squirrel with getting what he needed. Slow, slow through the snow they went, and hush, hush, past Bear's den they crept. When Charles went, Boggin followed. Where Boggin went, Charles followed. But they did not see a wish tree anywhere. See the baby bear sleeping in the hibernating? But they did see ... Beaver, who was busy gathering birch wood to bring to his lodge. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, sang Charles. Whoosh, sang Boggin. Let's go, said Charles. Bye-bye, Beaver. So he helped him carry the wood on his boggin. Slide, glide across the ice they slipped, past a few logs and around a bend. Where Charles went, Boggin followed. Where Boggin went, Charles followed. The wish tree was nowhere to be found. But they did find ... Fox, who was late getting berries to her burrow. Charles says, "Load 'em up." La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, sang Charles. Whoosh, sang Boggin. Keep warm, Fox, said Charles. So Charles helped Fox. Now they had less than half the day ahead of them, less than half the day to find a wish tree. So it looks like they helped a lot more animals. We need to move a little faster, Boggin. You see the picture where Charles was helping all the animals with things they needed? Charles and Boggin were moving very slowly now. Their shadows were growing longer. The whole day was almost behind them. Boggin, Charles said, I am tired. I cannot search any longer. I think the colors in this book are really beautiful too. Shh, whispered Boggin. Look at all the animals. When Charles awoke, it was snowing. It was snowing on Squirrel, and it was snowing on Beaver, and it was snowing on Fox, and it was snowing on everyone. For a moment, Charles could not see through the falling snow, but then he said, "Oh, look!" "See, Boggin," said Charles, "just as we thought." And Boggin said, "Wish." Charles wrote his wish on a piece of paper and tied it around a branch of the wish tree. The snow was falling more gently now. The animals had prepared a night feast, with hazelnut souffle, a pot of birch tea, and biscuits made of berries. Charles and Boggin celebrated with their friends until it was time to be on their way. The moon was glowing brightly. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, sang Charles. Wish, sang Boggin, all the way home. And the end. Thank you, boys and girls, and I'll read you another one tomorrow.